If you like the idea of spending more time in nature, but you just don't have the energy for a full on a hike, a walk, a workout, something that's going to drain your battery, I've got you covered. Today, I'm sharing 12 easy, low energy outdoor activities that are going to let you enjoy nature without draining your battery. I've broken them down into three categories: nature focused options, urban friendly activities, and interactive ways to enjoy the outdoors. Whether you're looking for a solo moment of peace or an easy outing for friends, we're going to cover a bunch of options today. My name is Larissa, and on this channel, we share ways for making life a little bit easier so that you can be a little bit happier. Let's dive in. One of the ways that I like to get into nature and really help shift my focus is by going on a photography walk. And this is not about trying to capture the perfect shot. I often use it when the world feels really big and I want to get out of that mindset of being overwhelmed. And I will take close up shots of little details like reflections on water or the patterns in a leaf or get a really tight shot of a flower. It'll take me out of my headspace and more into the moment. If you love nature but need a bit of a more structured space, a botanical garden or a greenhouse is a great way to get the feel of nature while still having paved pathways to walk on and more stability. They're usually easy to walk on, and you get to be surrounded by plants and by greenery without having to navigate uneven trails. Plus, they smell amazing. Don't feel pressured to go on a long hike or do anything that could be considered cardio. Just getting into the fresh air and doing some gentle movement like Tai Chi or even just gentle stretches. Do a little bit of yoga and get some movement going. This can be enough to shake off tension and to boost your mood without stressing out your system too much. We have a garden center that sells only herbs near my home, and it is amazing. Whether you go to your local garden center and explore the herbs section, or if you are lucky enough to have near you a garden center that sells herbs, that's another great way to get surrounded by greenery, by plants, and oh my gosh, it smells amazing. Run your hands through the lavender or the rosemary, and the air is suddenly full of perfume. I think the big risk for me in garden centers is coming home with more plants that I don't need. Cloud watching is not just for kids. It is a really calming way to slow down and let your imagination wander. Grab a cozy blanket or a chair like this one, find a comfy spot, and watch the clouds drift by. See what shapes you can see in them. And if you want to kick it up a notch, try sketching what you see. Even if you're not a bird expert, tuning into birdsong can be surprisingly relaxing. Apps like Merlin Bird ID, which is completely free and it's offered by Cornell University, lets you hit the record button and it listens for bird sounds and it lets you know what birds it's hearing. Next to each name of a bird, so let's say blue jays, there's a little play button and you can play a pre-recorded snippet of what that bird sounds like. That can help you learn to identify the birds and you'll know which bird's song or which bird's voice is which. Something that I like to do is to challenge myself to remember one bird. These bird songs can help you to identify different birds. No binoculars required. There's something really soothing about watching water move, unless there's a frickin' fish jumping out at you. Wow. I can't wait to see the playback and see if I caught that on camera. Which is startling, whether it's a pond or a lake or even a fountain in a city park. Just sitting by the water and zoning out for a bit is a great way to de stress. Meditation is a simple but powerful practice, and it doesn't have to be really involved. It doesn't have to be for a long time. You don't have to completely blank your brain. You can sit maybe against a tree in your local park and just observe. Listen to the sounds around you, the wind, the birds, the insects. Look at the things around you, especially the green space and the sky. Find a quiet spot and just sit for 10 minutes. And even the feeling of the wind on your skin, it's kind of like a nature reset button. This one is a fun way of making sitting outside a little bit more engaging. Play People Bingo. You can either download our free PDF from our website, the link is in the description below, and print it out, and it gives you some suggestions of things to watch out for. Or you could just come up with a mental list of things that you're going to keep an eye open for or your ears open for, like the chirping of the birds, a baby throwing its toy out of the stroller, or maybe three white cars in a row driving past, a couple holding hands as they walk by. If your imagination feels sparked, you could even come up with some backstories for these. Sometimes the best way to enjoy the outdoors is to stop by your favorite cafe or your closest cafe and grab yourself a sweet treat and just let the world move around you. Fresh air, sunshine, green spaces, a little bit of socialization, some nature sounds. All these things are beneficial and can be found outdoor at a cafe. You do not need a big group of people or an entire lunch spread to have fun at a park. Grab yourself a snack and have a homemade outdoor escape. If you love dogs but you don't have one yourself, why not hit up a local dog park? You have the enjoyment of watching the dogs play, instant joy, and you don't have to clean up any poop. And that's it. 12 easy ways to enjoy nature without wearing yourself out. These are just some of my favorites, but there are a ton of other low effort ways to get into nature when you're low on energy. If you have one that is your favorite that you want to share, make sure you drop it in the comments below so that we can start brainstorming other ways to get out into the world. Thank you so much for sticking with me. Please remember to subscribe, to like, and please remember that you are not alone trying to find ways to enjoy the world at your own pace.